The delicate skin of the vulva is some of the most sensitive and absorbent on the entire human body, even more so than the skin on our face. Yet, we often treat it with less care, exposing it to harsh chemicals and ignoring its quiet pleas for help. That persistent, maddening itch that can disrupt your sleep, break your focus during a conversation, or make you dread sitting for too long isn't just a minor annoyance. It is a profound interruption to your quality of life, a constant nagging signal from your body that something is out of balance. And finding a solution feels like navigating a maze in the dark. But I want you to know that there is a light, and together we are going to find the switch. I'm Dr. Emily Hart, and for over 15 years, I've had the privilege of helping women navigate the changes in their bodies with clarity and compassion. This channel is a space for us to have those honest conversations that are too often whispered or ignored. If that sounds like a community you'd like to be a part of, please take a moment to subscribe. It truly helps our circle grow. And I would so love to know who I'm speaking with today. Tell me in the comments, where are you watching from? I love knowing where this community of strong women comes together from all corners of the world. Today we are tackling a topic that affects millions of us. That persistent, frustrating vaginal or vulvar itching. We're going to get to the root of the issue, distinguishing between the two most common causes, and I'll provide you with safe, gentle, at-home relief strategies. Most importantly, we'll talk about the clear signs that tell you it's time to pick up the phone and call your doctor. First, let's untangle a very common point of confusion. Is it dryness or is it an infection? The panic that sets in with that first itch often sends us running for an over-the-counter yeast infection cream. But for so many women over 60, the true culprit is something entirely different. I remember a patient of mine, let's call her Carol. Carol was a vibrant woman in her late 60s, a passionate gardener who found her joy in the soil. But she came to me utterly defeated. For months, she'd been dealing with a relentless dry itch. It wasn't accompanied by a strange discharge or odor, just this constant paper-cut-like irritation. She'd tried 3 rounds of yeast infection treatments, but the relief was fleeting if it came at all. She felt embarrassed, unclean, and it was stealing the joy from her afternoons in the garden. She couldn't focus. All she could think about was the discomfort. The science behind Carol's struggle is incredibly common. Before menopause, the hormone estrogen acts like a master gardener for our vaginal and vulvar tissues. It keeps the lining thick, elastic, and well hydrated. Think of a plump, juicy grape. After menopause, as estrogen levels naturally decline, that tissue can become thinner, more fragile, and less moist, more like a raisin. The medical term is genitourinary syndrome of menopause, but what it feels like is dryness, sensitivity, and, very often, itching. The delicate skin simply doesn't have its natural, protective cushioning anymore, making it easily irritated by friction from clothing, sitting, or even just walking. The solution for Carol wasn't an antifungal cream, it was moisture. The most effective, natural solution is to introduce a high-quality, water-based vaginal moisturizer. It's important to understand this is different from a lubricant, which is used for intimacy. A moisturizer is designed for regular use, 2 to 3 times a week, to be absorbed by the tissues and provide lasting hydration. Look for one that is free of hormones, parabens, glycerin, and fragrances. Applying a small, pea-sized amount can restore that protective moisture barrier, soothing the irritated nerve endings and breaking that maddening itch-scratch cycle. Within 2 weeks, Carol called my office, her voice bright and clear. She said, "I spent 4 hours in my garden yesterday and didn't think about it once." That is the tangible benefit. Reclaiming your focus, your comfort, and your peace. You have the wisdom to listen to your body. And sometimes its most urgent request is simply for a bit of gentle moisture. Now that we understand the internal environment, let's look at the external one. This brings me to our second point: uncovering the hidden irritants in your daily routine. So often, the very products we use to feel clean are the source of our discomfort. I think of another wonderful woman, Margaret. Margaret was meticulous about her health and hygiene. She ate well, exercised, and was proud of her self-care routines. When she started experiencing vulvar itching, she doubled down. She started using a new, beautifully scented feminine wash, switched to a fabric softener that promised spring meadow freshness, and began using panty liners daily, just to feel extra secure. But the itching only got worse. She felt confused and betrayed by her own body and her own best efforts. "I'm doing everything right," she told me. "So why does it feel so wrong?" Margaret's story illustrates a crucial scientific principle: the delicate pH balance of our vulvar skin. This area is a sensitive ecosystem, and it is not designed to handle the perfumes, dyes, and harsh detergents found in so many common household products. Scented soaps, bubble baths, laundry detergents, fabric softeners, and even the plastics and fragrances in many panty liners can act as powerful irritants. They strip the skin of its natural protective oils, disrupt that fragile pH balance, and can cause a condition called contact dermatitis, an allergic reaction presenting as red, inflamed, and intensely itchy skin. The solution here is a philosophy of less is more. First, step away from all scented products used in that area. The vagina is self-cleaning, and the vulva requires nothing more than a gentle rinse with warm water. If you feel you must use a soap, choose a simple pH-balanced, fragrance-free cleanser like Cetaphil or aqueous cream, and use it only on the outer areas, never internally. Second, revolutionize your laundry room. Switch to a hypoallergenic, dye-free, and fragrance-free laundry detergent for all your clothes, but especially for your underwear. Ditch the fabric softener and dryer sheets completely. They leave a residue of chemicals on the fabric. Finally, let your skin breathe. Wear loose-fitting 100% cotton underwear, and avoid panty liners unless you absolutely need them. If you do, opt for organic, all-cotton, fragrance-free versions. The tangible benefit for Margaret was relief within days. By simplifying her routine, she removed the chemical assault on her sensitive skin. She felt a profound sense of control and empowerment. Her body wasn't betraying her. It was just asking for a gentler touch. You are the gatekeeper of what comes into contact with your body, and choosing simplicity is an act of profound self-care. If this conversation is resonating with you, a simple thumbs up on the video lets me know we're on the right track and helps other women find this information. Thank you for that. Our third point is one that often gets overlooked, but it is deeply powerful: the circulation connection. Healthy tissue anywhere in the body relies on good blood flow. Blood is the river that carries oxygen and vital nutrients to our cells and carries away waste. Let me tell you about Susan, a retired librarian who came to see me. She loved to read for hours on end, sinking into her favorite armchair with a good book. But she noticed that after long periods of sitting, she felt a sense of stuffiness and irritation in her pelvic area, which often led to itching later in the day. She didn't connect the two at first, but the pattern became undeniable. The science is beautifully simple. When we sit for prolonged periods, especially with our legs crossed, we can subtly compress the blood vessels that supply the pelvic region. This reduces circulation, meaning those delicate tissues aren't getting the steady stream of oxygen-rich blood. They need to stay healthy, resilient, and naturally hydrated. Think of it like a stream that gets partially blocked. The water becomes stagnant. Gentle movement acts like a pump, flushing the area with fresh blood flow, nourishing the tissues from the inside out and helping to maintain their natural health. The solution is not an intense workout regimen. It is gentle, consistent movement. If you have a sedentary job or hobby, set a timer to get up and walk around for just 2 minutes every hour. While sitting, you can practice simple pelvic tilts, gently rocking your pelvis forward and back to stimulate blood flow. A daily walk, a gentle yoga or stretching routine, anything that gets your body moving, also gets that vital circulation going where you need it most. Susan started taking reading breaks. Every 3 chapters, she'd get up, walk around her house, and do a few gentle stretches. The stuffy, irritated feeling vanished. The tangible benefit is not just relief from itching, but a feeling of increased vitality and a deeper connection to your body's needs. Movement is medicine, and you are its wisest administrator. Finally, and this is perhaps the most important point of all, we must talk about knowing when it's time to seek help. Home remedies and lifestyle changes are powerful, but they are not a substitute for a proper medical diagnosis. Your peace of mind is paramount. The struggle is often one of uncertainty. You wonder, is this serious enough to bother my doctor? You might feel embarrassed to bring it up, but advocating for your health is never a bother. It is your right and your strength. So, when should you absolutely make that call? Here are the clear red flags. First, if the itching persists for more than a week or two despite trying these gentle home care strategies, your body is telling you that something more is going on. Second, any unusual bleeding or spotting. While it can be from fragile, dry tissue, it always needs to be evaluated. Third, if you see any changes to the skin itself, like white patches, sores, blisters, or thickened areas, this could be a sign of a skin condition like lichen sclerosis, which requires specific treatment. And fourth, if the itching is accompanied by a significant change in discharge, like a cottage cheese consistency, a green or gray color, or a foul, fishy odor. These are classic signs of an infection, either yeast or bacterial vaginosis, that requires a specific prescription medication to be cleared up properly. Making that appointment gives you the most valuable benefit of all, certainty. Getting a clear diagnosis from a healthcare professional lifts the weight of worry and puts you on the direct path to the correct treatment. You do not have to be a detective and a patient all at once. Partner with your doctor. You are a team. You are a woman of experience, wisdom, and resilience. The changes in your body are not a failing. They are a natural part of a life fully lived. This discomfort does not have to be your new normal. You deserve to feel comfortable, peaceful, and at home in your own skin every single day. You have the power to listen to your body's signals, to treat it with gentleness, and to advocate fiercely for its care. Thank you for sharing this time with me today. Please continue the conversation in the comments below. Sharing our experiences is how we lift each other up and realize we are never alone in these journeys. Until next time, be well and be wonderfully unapologetically you.